Derivatives trading involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Good morning. Not good morning, I mean it's going to be lunchtime here in a little bit. We fell back down here. Let's see here. The book is still pretty thick, but it's not insane like it was. It looks like the man, I took a nap. Anyways, it looks like the spreader is gone at least. So there's that. Let's post the link. Okay, so FOMC member Baynard speaks.
Brainard says US economic growth is strong and says economy is meeting Fed inflation and employment goals. Brainard says Fed assessment suggests financial vulnerabilities are building. Recent foreign developments present downside risks. Further gradual interest rate increases are likely to be appropriate over the next year or two. Shorter run, neutral rate likely to rise above long run estimate in the next year or two. It says Fed published longer run neutral rate estimate now at 2.9% is not relevant for a rate path. US economic growth is strong. Economy is meeting Fed's inflation and employment goals. It says Fed assessment suggests financial vulnerabilities are building. It says further gradual interest rate increase are likely to be appropriate over the next year or two. That's comments there from Lael Brainard of the Fed. So speaking to Kamal Ahmed, US Chancellor Hammond says Brexit talks are acting as a dampener on the economy.
So generally we want to buy into the auction. So what we're doing, at least being in line. I've come back from the store. E-mini has been on quite a tear today. I've been back and forth here a lot. Interesting.
A little over 2 minutes to go before the top of the hour, then I just want to get a preview in for today's 10-year auction. US Treasuries set to auction for $23 billion worth in a reopened second-gen 10-year note. Then tomorrow we'll get some 15 billion of 30-year debt coming to market. This 73 billion mini funding package will raise 49 billion for the Treasury at the September 17th settlement. 10-year outright yield is trading near the top of this month's range and has cheapened by more than 8 basis points from last Thursday's level, says SocGen. Any concession that brings it closer to the 3% level will draw in buyers. On the curve, the 10-year sector looks rich versus 5s and 30s, but has cheapened slightly since the payrolls report, and the auction will likely benefit from flattening of 10s, 30s since that report came out on Friday. The auction may also benefit from any short covering demand from leveraged funds, which are set net short in Treasury futures. On the flip side, the increase in auction size and the inflation data releases, the PPI data, which is on the soft side, is potential headwinds for the auction. Again, we did generally see a lack of concession on the back of that soft PPI data today, but as traders tell me, it's been a fairly moribund session for Treasury markets at the moment. Just the wait in the auction and then the beige book after that.
So I don't know when we said this, but you're saying we're going to see some craziness. Probably not. So
the breakdown of some of the previous auctions at about 3 minutes to the hour.
So probably what we're going to see happen is we will see a pull. If the auction came in at a different price, then you see that. But given how much people were absorbing up here and stuff, I'm gonna guess that they pretty much already know what the interest rate is going to be, right? So probably what you'll see, or what we tend to see off of this, is there'd be news and then a bubble up. But the E-mini has been crazy today. The E-mini has done some interesting stuff. It's still not filled. I think that normally I would have gotten filled there, but
it's apparently EU set to begin redrafting Irish Brexit protocol to appease the UK. That's from a Bloomberg piece, apparently. EU said to begin redrafting Irish Brexit protocol to appease the UK. And I'm not sure this entirely brings anything new to the table, but it's doing the rounds. It got a reaction out of cable and euro sterling on the back of it.
I just think that there's market sellers here. Let's make sure we close these. The administration is really talking up this storm in the Carolinas. Seriously, if you are in the evacuation zone, get out. Just leave now, man. Like, figure something out. You do not want to be in there when that hits. And it just boggles my mind how many people decide that they're gonna sit through it. Like look, this storm, you're gonna be like under 4 feet of water and you're going to have tornadoes. Yeah, this is going to be nasty. Neutral rate likely to run above long-term run estimate in the next year or two. Shorter run neutral rate is relevant monetary policy benchmark. Fed's published longer run neutral rate estimate, now at 2.9%, is not relevant for rate path. That was Boehner talking. Turkey's Erdogan has appointed himself as chairman of the country's sovereign wealth fund with his son-in-law as a deputy. Pretty thick on the inside.
Right, just because we have a few things coming up at the top of the hour, just to give you a quick overview of what to look for in Apple. This Apple event is set to reveal 3 new smartphones, apparently, including the premium iPhone XS and an iPhone XS Max. A third smartphone, which could be called the iPhone XR, will present a budget option, apparently. Apple's also expected to update its smartwatch range with an Apple Watch Series 4.
Wow.
Apple share price now, and it trades down just shy of 1% on the day at 221.74.
Forza Horizon 4 demo is now available. 28 gigabytes to install it. Well, I'm going to have to try that. No, it's an Xbox game, huh?
Minutes now from the top of the hour, just to quickly look at previous auctions for this 10-year reopening today. We're trading mid-price of the about 2.96 on 10. I would just double check my pricing. Don't have my when issued feed up there, about 2.963 around that level at the moment. The last 6 auctions, over the last 6 auctions, tens have stopped through the screens 3 times and tailed twice and printed on the screws once. 6 auction average allotment to indirect bidders is 61.5%, hit rate at 75%. Directs 9.4 with a hit rate of 61.3, and to primary dealers 29.1 with a hit rate of 18.7. 6 auction average for bid to cover is 2.53.
Let's see if it'll let us. Oh, yeah. And it's big. Well, we'll do that later. Okay, well, I could have taken a tick if I wanted. Let's see this. They've pulled.
Minute to the top of the hour here.
Good deal. Do you see that 474 immediately hit into 15 there? Okay.
Apple's begun its product launch event, its video presentation.
Now they're hitting into 15. It went.
Okay, high yield rate comes in on this one at 2.957. 23 billion sold then. Cover ratio comes through, just get the cover, of 2.58.
Okay.
At latest auction was
So that's better than last auction.
1 p.m. when issued level. Primary dealers take 22.64% of the auction. Directs 13.44%, indirects 63.92%. Primary dealers accepted bids at 14.39% of amount tendered. Directs take 72.84% the bid. Indirect 77.72.
Kind of like that there's this big old number here at 17. Okay. So bid to cover ratio was higher than last time. Which means the number of bids made per the number of bids accepted. So that was higher demand than last time. That's why that's important. So this is where I was kind of saying, you know, like it came out, it wasn't like crazy, right? It's moving, but it's not like crazy, but it kind of looks more like a bubble up than it does like a trend, doesn't it?
China's sovereign wealth fund may buy H&A's Deutsche stake, says the Wall Street Journal. China's sovereign wealth fund interested in buying H&A's Deutsche Bank stake, says the Wall Street Journal, citing sources.
No, that back and forth there is kind of interesting. Okay. So I'm hitting this to 15.5 there. It seemed a little.
Dealers took some 22.64% of that 10-year auction, lowest since Jan 2018.
So I don't know what that means. This is the first time I've done the auction with being able to hear that, guys, so it might tell us a lot more than what we normally get.
Apple's Cook says Apple will ship about 2 billion iOS devices.
iOS devices. Okay, a little bit of a change there. It was like the 5-year pulled a little bit, but then nothing happened. See that? 26 3/4. It's fiddling around. Man, level 2's going
There's a lot of physical
pretty crazy.
in the pipeline, says Lyle Brainard. Fed.
Okay, 30-year took a tick up.
It's too early to assess if US fiscal stimulus is boosting productivity or supply side, says Brainard.
That's an interesting comment to me. Productivity matters a lot. It's just kind of like a trickle of buying. They're doing it. There you go. And all three of them did it. So that looks really good. And bids look a little bit more firm across the board too. 1607 is not great, but the other two seem fine. And they put quite a bit on the offer on the way back.
Says trade is a source of uncertainty right now. I'm not seeing discernible impact on prices or confidence, however.
Well, maybe we just take 3. The problem is we do have the beige book coming, right? I don't know if that's going to tell us anything, but and we are kind of getting some volume short here now overall, generally speaking, so I think I better take this off. Even though it's not quite to where I wanted it to be. Now, the one thing is nobody's hitting into 15 yet. That offer's a lot stronger than the bid that we got at 15.5, and it didn't stay bid for very long, so. Okay. But yeah, that's exactly how I thought that was going to go, so I think that's fine. That's fine. Okay. Yeah, actually, they did stick some up there. Well, now I wish I still had it, but that's okay. I mean, +3 is nothing to cry about. Yeah, it's gonna go back and forth here a little bit. That's not necessarily something that I want to mess around with or risk, so. And then we get beige book.
Associated Press here pointed out a story that 2 US lawmakers are urging the extension of American export restrictions to prevent sales of equipment that could be used in China's massive security clampdown targeting the Xinjiang region's native. Sorry, something a bit more than that, but we'll leave that one alone. More from Brainard is not seeing housing affordability as headwind on the expansion.
It's kind of interesting movement here around 15.5. I think there's a possibility that they do push through it. I mean, the way that the level 2 is reacting, it kind of looks like they're fighting over every tick, you know? But I still like my exit on that one. When we get it to a zone like that, that's where we want to take it off. And then just kind of wait for it to give an indication if it's going to go up there.
So after unveiling its Watch Series 4, we've seen that Apple share price just pare some of those gains down. Still down 0.4% here. As we wait for maybe some of the bigger news out there, but they again, people seem to like the fact they've got a watch, another watch.
My wife's not going to like that because she just got her watch broke and she's fixing it. Now they're making a newer, better watch. Okay, that was a little bit better of a buy than the past ones, I thought, because 1281 hit into that 15 half. It's still not enough to hold it though. There's a strong bid at 15 as well.
I feel geeky putting some of this out, but Apple's Williams says Apple Watch Series 4 contains custom designed chip with 2 times faster performance. Apple's now back down about 1% on the session.
The stock market is falling a little bit here. That could give them the push that they need, but the offer at 15.5 remains strong. I think my trade was a good one. I took 4 ticks today. That's about your average target, so I really like that. I don't like that it took me 3 trades to do it, but okay, well, given the way that it's behaving right now, I'm not sure if I even want to take any more trades today. Maybe if the beige book does something crazy, but I don't think that one is usually a huge mover. So, and it's not for another 45 minutes, so I may just kind of sit here. I might go get some food. May go fall asleep again. It's still thick there, 15.5. E-mini turned around there a little bit. There's actually a lot of buying on that one. Strong buying into that. Interesting.
Brain on again. She's hopeful Fed can get open Fed governor spots filled soon.
Well, it's awfully quiet. Say Fimose? What's... I don't understand. What is that? That's probably something awful you just made me say, huh? It sounds like it has something to do with a subject we shouldn't be talking about. in another language. Okay, now it's over 4. For a moment at least, it was over 4. 45. 5-year ticked down.
Canada's Freeland plans to return to Washington Wednesday night for a day of talks with US Treasuries, USTR's Lighthizer on Thursday, this is a Canadian source. Canada does not feel any tremendous pressure to get a NAFTA deal done in the immediate short term. Most optimistic scenario is for Canada and US to get a deal in principle on NAFTA next week. Remaining NAFTA issues cannot be resolved in a single session. There needs to be a lot of work done, says the Canadian source talking to Reuters. Just to recap then, Canada's Freeland says it plans to return to Washington Wednesday night for talks Thursday, but does not feel any tremendous pressure to get a NAFTA deal done in the immediate short term. This backs up what we heard from Prime Minister Trudeau earlier today. Most optimistic scenario is for Canada and US to get a deal in principle on NAFTA next week. So that's the most optimistic. They get a principal deal in place to be filled in at a later point. With the remaining NAFTA issues, if they cannot be resolved in a single session, there needs to be a lot of work done. Canadian source. Dollar CAD there at 129.88.
Block by.
Hmm.
I'm not sure if this is a positive. Well, it should be a positive, I guess. Apple's Williams says Apple Series 4 has received clearance from the US Food and Drug Administration. Not sure what they think it is, but that's what they've given a clearance.
What? Why would it need clearance from the Food and Drug Administration? Where did I buy before? 14. It looks to me like the battle is still on, you know? That was a lot of selling there, and they hit back, and it's stuck. But the sellers did push through. Nobody's hitting 14.5 yet. They might give us another opportunity to buy 13.5, 14, 13.5. I think it would be worth a shot.
Got 3M CFO on the wires at the moment now with some upbeat sentiment, and you've seen a volume spike for 3M shares now. We're down about 1%, 1.2%.
Okay, well, it stayed down. So I made the right choice getting out at 15.5, didn't I? That was a tough call to make, but it did the right thing.
We're now positive on the day. Market positive at 223.85.
I really wanted to hold it to C17. I really did.
So FDA approval there for Apple's new watch for its health features, helping the stock now up 0.2% on the session.
Mm. Five-year sold pretty dramatically there. Like it's below its VWAP and it's pushing. Granted, it's at a support level now, and you're getting icebergs there, but ugh, it's time for lunch. Let me tell you what.
Right, pricing for the Apple Watch Series 4, we priced it at some $399 for the GPS, $499 for LTE model. So the Apple price for its Apple Watch Series 3 will now drop to $279.
Here they go. They're going to take it. It's up to 5-year. It's just absorbing their massive amounts. Man, I'm sorry. Well, we still got about 25 minutes here until the beige book and then quit. And I'm not even sure if I'm going to take a trade, but I'm going to take another nap. No, I wish I had taken the 1 tick on that so badly now. How much is he going to take there at 26?
Okay, so keep an eye on Apple now. So Tim Cook's back on stage talking about the Apple iPhones now.
$112. $112. on the bid. Okay. Ah, yes. Okay. And they're gonna sell it in the 10-year too. I mean, they put a good offer there. There we go. And should just point out that that 7K there on the bid has only been there since we came down to 14.5, and now that we're ticking into it, I don't know. I've never really noticed if there's some sort of a edge, as to how long it's been around, whether it's more or less likely to disappear, but it's definitely one to flag as suspect, for sure. Because, well, I don't know. This is where I would expect it to stop and go and turn around again. I'll take it. So we ticked back up in the 5-year, and there's a huge bid underneath of it, right where that absorption was, and all the whole complex kind of responded to it. So if we can get filled here at 14.5, I think this would be good. No, we're not gonna get filled. Oh, maybe. My sniffles. Okay, well, you're not getting many orders going through now. You got 15 minutes to go till the beige book. Like, to get even one order to sell into 14.5 is like a pain in the butt. Okay. I'm super nervous this is going to go without me. Also super nervous that it could just fall through me.
Well, again, seeing fresh lows coming through here. Traders point to some small stops there for dollar yen.
You know, if we get back above 15, because there was a block buy there. And all this absorption here, you know, you get some people pretty offsides at that point.
Lost.
Oh, really? I don't know, Rhythmic. I've seen some concerning things over the past week or two. Not as bad as CQG changing their data format over the weekend, but come on. Awfully flippy there, huh? Well, so now my concern is that we've got news coming up, right? I don't think Beige Book is like a huge mover, but they're probably still going to pull for it. $21, come on. 5. Notice how it's all just one lots in here.
Right, we're just under 5 minutes away from the beige book bed.
Well, this was 8 at one point, wasn't it? Okay. Well, now, buyers, if you want to step on the gas pedal, you can do so. Please.
So just 3 minutes now to the hour here. BMO looking at the beige book tonight says the price pressures are closely observed in several areas with worker shortages and US growth expanding moderately. Manufacturing picks up. Clouds of worry were far and few between, with signs of higher material costs becoming more common and delinquency rates at low levels. Overall, a very optimistic read, running slight nod to trade concerns in lifting prices. So I think look towards trade concerns this time round. While the release offers a fairly positive view of price pressures building and of labour shortages flowing through to modest wage gains, we get to see that dynamic play out in the harder data.
Okay. We're running out of time here. Bid is starting to push a little bit. They're not flipping it, but almost. Nope. Look in the 5-year. That's a lot. There was a lot there at 26, right? It was 26, wasn't it? Yeah, it was 26.
Lauren, the hurricane Florence is still forecast to be an extremely dangerous major hurricane when it nears the US. Says it's slow. There is some slow weakening expected to begin by late Thursday.
Okay, I'm not seeing any polling going into beige book, so. A waddle. That's great. Bond traders, holy fuck, so glad I got away from that. Lol, God bless y'all, lol. It's been 84 years since my last fill. Okay. Well, I don't want to mess with it, so... Scratch. Hey, it was okay.
The Beige Book economy expanded at moderate pace in recent weeks. Federal Reserve's Beige Book report says most of its districts noted concerns about trade tensions, particularly but not only among manufacturers. Businesses in a number of districts scaled back or postponed capital investment due to the trade tension concerns. The tariffs were reported to be contributing to rising input costs, mainly for manufacturers. Labour markets were tight throughout the country. Most districts reported widespread labour shortages. Says final goods and services were rising at modest to moderate pace in most districts, but with some signs of deceleration. Beige Book prepared by Federal Reserve Bank of New York today with data collected on or behalf or before August 31st.
Okay, no reaction at all. Okay, well, I took one trade. No. I took one off the auction and I got 2 ticks. No, I got 3 ticks. That's good. This one should have been +1. This one, you know, I did the thing. It didn't work out. It's okay. It might still tick up and I could take one, but you know, I didn't want to be holding it into the news, and I wanted to see the news cause a move, and it's not, so.
A little bit in hand with what we heard from Brainard earlier, saying that trade was a source of uncertainty right now, but she wasn't seeing discernible impacts on prices or confidence.
Boom. So, yeah.
In a number of districts, scaled back or postponed capital investments due to trade tension concerns. Most of its districts noted concerns about trade tensions, particularly but not only among manufacturers.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go eat something and rest some more. And it's another good day of trading, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.